This is so simple because your body or your mind is so used to falling back to the older patterns because they are so familiar to it. How could I die without being the best version of me? Hey, beautiful souls, Darren here, and today we're going to talk about something real. Something we don't always admit out loud, and something that needs to be admitted. You do fall off of your productivity. When you start something, you have so much fire in you, so much determination. You're like, that's it. This is what I'm going to do now. There's the new planner. There's the new routine. The 4 a.m. alarms, the workouts, the clean meals, praying, journaling, and whatnot. And it feels awesome until one day it doesn't. One day you snooze that alarm. One day you miss the workout. One day your clean meal turns into skipping a meal. And one day you stop praying and stop checking in with yourself. And what follows after that is worse. Guilt. You question yourself, am I losing discipline? Am I failing? And suddenly all that negative self-talk creeps in. You wouldn't even realize the time you'll say, you see, you knew you couldn't do it and still you just went ahead and set up the routine. You see, you failed. And if you don't have a strong mindset, that negative self-talk will do its work. It will make you quit. But let me tell you what, you never quit. Never in your life you have to quit, or you should quit. You can always get back to it. Always, every single time you fall off track, you can get back to it. So many times it happened with me. Anytime I start something new, something I'm not used to, I will get off track. But what do I do? Or what do anyone have to do? Or anyone should do? You have to work to get back on track. There's no option to quit. You do not have the option to quit. Work, get your work on track, and there's that. You will get on track. Yes, you do fall off of the productivity, that one vision board that you made. Probably you're like, maybe let's just leave it because there's too much work or too much action. But let me tell you something. If you quit, 100% you're failed. But if you don't quit, you try to get back to it, at least you'll reach somewhere. Somewhere. And getting off track does not mean that you have failed or you are failing. No, it just means that you are human and you need a pause. And when you are not something or someone that you're about to become or working to become, you will have to be patient with that. See, when you start a new routine, it's basically you yourself creating a new version of yourself. Okay. And the negative self-talks, that one day that you snooze the alarm or you skip the workout, that is your survival instinct of the older version of yourself. Because if that version does not does this, that version will die. In order to be your new version, your older version has to go. You're creating something new. You have to be patient with yourself when you're trying to become someone you have never been before. You'll have to be patient when you're trying to follow a new routine. You'll have to be patient when you're trying to do something you never in your life have done before. So yes, you will fall off track because your older version will try to get you back down. Why? Because it wants to survive. Every one of us wants to survive. No one wants to die. So it brings you back and your self-talk does the rest of the work. I was reading this book called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel last week. Last week I finished it. Yes, last week. And there's this concept of parasite in it, like your negative self-talk. I gave that concept a new formation in my own life. I like to take it as the negative self-talk is a parasite existing in your body, and it feed off of you of negative talks. And this is the best way I have found till now to get rid of the negative talks or negative thoughts in your head. Anytime you're having a negative thought, that means that parasite is trying to survive in your body. And if you keep on thinking on that negative thought, you feed it, it grows. But if you stop right there and you check in with yourself, you get aware, you get conscious, and like, this is the parasite, not me, not my brain. And you will stop feeding that parasite right there and then. Never in your life you will quit. You fall off track, it's okay. You are human. You were not consistent, that's fine. You started something new. But how do you handle after falling? How do you handle growth? How do you go on after that? Because let me tell you one thing, growth is not a straight line. It never was. It is a spiral. It is a loop. It curves, it dips, it peaks, and sometimes it just halts. Sometimes you need that pause. So, yes, take rest, take pause, but get back to it. As soon as you realize that this is the moment you gave up, or this is the moment you are about to give up, get back on it instantly and see your life changing. Again, you have not failed. You are not failing. You are not undisciplined. You are not broken. You are not lazy. No, you are not. You're just human. And as a human, you do have feelings. You do have emotions that sometimes take over. And that demon will attack you when you're doing your best. The demons will never attack you when you're doing exactly what they want you to do, right? If you plan on getting up early and the sleep attacks, it's not the sleep, it's the demon. Put it in that way and still get up because you are going against it. These demons will not say you anything till you're doing exactly what they want you to do. But once you start working on yourself, my God, they start attacking you. They will start to show you their power. So if you feel like you have fallen off of something, if you feel like, I don't know if I should get back on it, if you are doubting, and if you're about to quit, don't. You have to be patient with yourself. As I said, you're doing something new, you're becoming something new, and you have never done that thing before. You will have to be patient with yourself. You'll have to give your mind, your brain, some time to form on those new neurons that will help you shift your reality. When you teach a kid to walk, you can walk 10 times faster than the child, but you walk at their pace. They fall once, twice, hundred of times. Never you say, let it be. This is not your cup of tea. You don't, right? So why to yourself? See, all we have is time. All we have is time. You have heard people say life is small. Life is not small. Life is very long. Only if you live it fully. So decide today to live it fully. Decide today to do everything in this life you want to. You've only got one life. How could you not see your body in the best shape ever? How could you not see the best version of yourself? Because this is your only chance. You will never be able to get back to human life to see the best version of yourself. You will never be able to get a human body to see it at the best shape it could ever be. I mean, I've heard people saying, well, who knows when we're going to die, so let's just take it easy. What? How can you take it easy? Who knows when we're going to die? How could I die without seeing myself at my best? Without looking at my body with no shred of fat on it? How? That's one in a lifetime feeling. And this lifetime is one. All the feelings you'll have is only once. You can never go back and feel the same thing again. You'll never be able to go back and feel the same feelings you had when you had your first crush or when you had someone you first loved. Never. So embrace it. Work on yourself. You're not here to give up. You are not here to give up. You can learn. You just have to be patient. You took a pause, you got off track, and you're back at it again. That's how it works. That's how I work. I get off track a lot of times. Anytime I'm starting something new, or I'm getting back to something that I have done for probably 3 years. It's so hard for me to get back to it because, oh my God, this is so simple because your body or your mind is so used to falling back to the older patterns because they are so familiar to it. They are so familiar to it. So as soon as you cut a little bit of slack, it'll fall back right back where you started. And you'll have to work twice when you get back to things. Because it now knows how uncomfortable that thing is. But that is not a strong reason to give up anything. Not for me, at least. Not for me. I will break every single cycle if I have to be the best version of myself. I don't care. I don't care how I feel. I don't care if I have to cry. I don't care if I feel sad. No. If I have to break the cycles to be the best version of me for myself, for my future relationships, I will. Because how could I die without being the best version of me? That's not gonna happen. Not at all. So guys, if you fell off the track, you don't need to punish yourself to get back to it. You do not need to hustle harder to prove yourself. You should never prove yourself to anybody. No. You know what you are, yes, and that's all you need. You should know what you are, and that's all you need. You don't need to prove yourself to any single individual on this planet. All you need is grace. Grace to accept that this happened, grace to get back to things, and grace to just walk onto path. And if you think that you have fallen off the path, if you're thinking that, you're still on the path. And that is why you can see you have fallen off. Such a great trick to always, there was this video on TikTok where she said, if you're trying to love yourself, that means you already love yourself. If you're trying to love yourself, that means you already love yourself. And that is why you're trying to love yourself. It's such an amazing video it was, and such an insightful sentence this was. And that is the same thing. If you realize that you've fallen off track and have diverted from where you wanted to go, you're still on the same path. You're just looking at it in a different way. And you can exactly get back to it as soon as you put your mind to it and you want to get back to it. It's all what you want. Because once you want it badly, you get it. When people say, oh, I didn't got that, it's because you didn't want it badly. like badly like breath. If you want it badly, you get it. You don't care how you have to get it, you get it done. You do. And hey, if anytime you feel unmotivated, you feel undisciplined, you feel your emotions are messing up, you can come right back. I'm right here. What am I doing? I'm here to talk to you. You want to ask something? Shoot me an email, shoot me a DM. You can come back here and we can find motivation, strength together. I'm no better than you. Maybe I am. But we can grow together too. Rest is not failure, and strength is getting back to it. And if you think this video resonated with you, do like, share, and subscribe. And do share it to someone who needs to listen to this. You need it. Sometimes one word can change someone's entire existence. Or one sentence can change your entire existence. You just never know. Bye for now. See you in the next video.